Little pig, little pig. Hi everyone, welcome to One Six Figure Focus, and in this video we're going to take a look at the newly announced and now up for pre-order Inart 1/6 scale Negan and Rick from The Walking Dead. It's season 8, I believe. It's Negan Smith. Did not realize he had a second name until today. And of course you have Rick Grimes. These have been shown at different conventions and the prototypes have been teased already. They looked great. I believe Daryl Dixon was teased as well, but from what I understand, I think is there still an ongoing Walking Dead universe Daryl Dixon show? I have not watched it or have not seen it, so I think AMC or whoever created it wanted that branded the Daryl Dixon show or something like that. I don't know. So hopefully they do a Daryl Dixon and it goes up for pre-order and it's branded Walking Dead. It would just make more sense. Right, so before we take a look at these, and these both look incredible. My experience with Walking Dead, I started watching it, I think, during lockdown, and I just said, you know what, I'll give it. No, actually, no. So that's not true. I started watching it years ago, and I watched maybe 2 or 3 seasons, and then I started rewatching it from the start during lockdown, and I really enjoyed it. Like right from the first episode, it just pulled me in, and there was a around the time when it kind of launched, there was a lot of different movies that had some sort of a zombie theme, whether it was like 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later, or Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, World War Z, and only some of them were good. But I've seen some of the classics like Night of the Living Dead and stuff like that, but like I'm not like a die-hard zombie fan or whatever. I'll appreciate a good movie regardless of the genre, but anyway, I started watching it and it just hooked me in. I thought it was incredible, and I think, interestingly, it kind of peaked around season 6 when Negan came on the scene, and then maybe for one season after that, and then it started to kind of dwindle, and they essentially made Negan a pet. And Jeffrey Dean Morgan does an epic job, and I think actually Jeffrey Dean Morgan's character Negan, I think he's probably the best character in the whole show. Anyway, so Walking Dead started off incredible. It got better and better. It peaked with Negan, and then after that just kind of dipped, and it didn't end very well. It definitely overstayed, but it's welcome. Apologies for quick interruption to this video. If you're watching this video right now, hit the like button, and more importantly, hit the subscribe button. It really helps me grow the channel, and the support is greatly appreciated. Back to the video. By 2, 3, maybe even 4 seasons. But look, I started off watching it, I thought it was great, and then over time it built and built, and I remember specifically I was watching season 2, episode 7. It involves a barn. Just in case you haven't watched it, I'm not going to spoil it. And I remember specifically going, that episode was incredible. The plot line, the tension, the acting, the script, the score, just how they toned it all together, cinematography, all that, the action. And I remember going, who directs this? That was epic. That had no business being that good. And it's Frank Darabont. He produced the show, and Frank Darabont directed The Shawshank Redemption, which is widely regarded one of the greatest movies ever made, and sometimes it's voted as the best movie ever made. I think it's actually IMDb. I think it's the number 1 movie on IMDb top 250, but not that makes a difference. But look, it's well regarded. Shawshank Redemption is a 5-star masterpiece, great movie, and I directed The Green Mile as well. So it's great when you recognize quality, and then you're like, oh, you don't know, you're not biased towards the director or producer, and then you look at the person's filmography and back catalog and stuff like that, and you're like, actually, this guy has a great track record. Same with Denis Villeneuve. That has the same thing happened to me like that. I watched a few of his movies, really, really liked them. Then I watched Blade Runner 2049. I was like, who directs this? And traced it back to Prisoners and Arrival and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, I really liked The Walking Dead. I don't think it ended well, but I think it started well, and the middle was great. And they gave it some great characters, obviously, like the two here, Negan, Rick, Michonne was great. Even like Maggie, Carl. Was there 2 Carls? Wasn't there Carl, his son, and then the older lady who's friends with Daryl? Was she named Carl as well? She was a great character, a great story arc from what she started off with and how she ended up as well. Anyway, look, let's take a look at this. The first thing I'm going to point out is that yes, it is an Inart figure. I've come to the conclusion And this is probably going to rub people up the wrong way, but I don't care. I think Inart just make better figures. I have, there's no bias there. I have a lot more Hot Toys figures than I have Inart figures. I've got Big Chief Studio figures. I have a custom figure. But I just think, and Hot Toys do great work, but I just think Inart simply make better figures. And I'm really excited about these. So there is a 2-pack. Well, it's not 2-pack. It's not 2-pack, to be fair. That is misleading. The both of them are gone up for pre-order on the Inart site. There's worldwide shipping. It's not free. However, if you order the 2 of them together, they will give you free shipping. There's no discount on the actual 2 figures. They're the same price. The benefit, though, is you will get free worldwide shipping, which can be a pretty penny depending on where you are in the world. Let's just look at some of the prices before I go through the different figures. All right, so because this is one I may FOMO into. I don't think they qualify as being triple threats. Like, I really enjoyed, I don't know what I'd go and say I loved Walking Dead, because it didn't finish that well, so that kind of tarnishes a bit. Like, Game of Thrones was so good, and then it just did not end well, and that does tarnish it. Whereas I felt like Breaking Bad started off great, got better and better and better with every season, and then when it finished, they tied it up nicely. You might, I thought the ending, like, it's harder, I think it's harder to write a good ending than to like write a good beginning, and it really tied it up well. I thought the ending to Sopranos, a lot of people didn't like it. It was a bit of a cliffhanger, it was a bit of a cop-out, but I thought, look, they finished it well. But to say Game of Thrones didn't finish well, this didn't finish well, and it just, and the Sopranos, you could probably put Sopranos into that boat as well, but what else were we going to do? Unless they were going to kill Tony, kind of left it up. I thought it was good. Anyway, bit of a cliffhanger. So this here, let's just have a look at the shop now and see how much it actually costs so I can give you the actual breakdown. Okay, Daryl Dixon there, not released yet, hopefully, or not announced, or not, should I say, put up for pre-order yet. Okay, so $75. This does not cost $75. It's $75 deposit. And okay, so it says Rick $75 plus shipping due later. So right, it's 300. What's it? Payment option, single and bundle. So only Rick, deposit is $75, and then shipping. Or it says now US dollars. Only Rick. This I'm not really making sense here at all. Okay, if you want to go to deposit option, it's $75, and then the balance is $310. So that puts it as $385 and whatever shipping. Full payment is the same, $385. You pay the shipping later, and then of course any taxes, customs duty, import taxes, tariffs, whatever you want to call them, VAT. Now this one here, the Rick and Negan, so the 2 figures and free shipping bundle, you still might get stung for taxes, customs, imports, tariffs, whatever you want to call them. Actually, when I got my Paul Atreides, there was no import tax, which was great. So it was just the price you see here. So if I wanted to get this myself, and I'm in Ireland, and if I wanted to pay up front today, Rick and Negan free shipping bundle, I'd pay $654, and that would more than likely be the flat out price, because the shipping would be free. And when I got Paul Atreides from Inart, which I had to wait a long time, I wasn't impressed with that, but I didn't get stung for customs. So they're the prices. So you've got $385 for Rick Grimes, and if I just exit out of this and go back into Negan Smith, that's so funny. It's like if someone told me Madonna had a second name, I just wouldn't believe it. So you have here, no, Negan's significantly cheaper, $269, and then the shipping later. So it's not free shipping unless you buy the 2 of them together. Now if you look at it here, Negan and Rick free shipping bundle, $654. So it's absolutely, no matter which way you look at it, if you order the 2 boys together, $654 free shipping. So they're the prices, and you can order directly from Inart if that's what you want. Okay, I want to know, I'm going to just take a look at everything they come with, and then I'll take a look at the actual photo. So it says here, Rick Grimes and Negan Smith Season 8 1/6 scale collectible figures, 2 liters 1 war, RSVP now, and then the links for the 2 of them. We don't have to do that because they've gone up for pre-order. Crafted with lifelike head sculpts, bespoke, highly articulated bodies, and screen-accurate costumes, these figures let you recreate the most intense showdown from the hit series. With a rich selection of interchangeable hands and detailed accessories, you can bring their legendary and unforgettable moments to life. Rick Grimes includes one rooted head sculpt with articulated eyes. So the Negan will have articulated eyes, but it doesn't have rooted hair. It had sculpted hair, which makes sense because his hair is very short. It's basically like the BVS Henry Cavill Superman. Didn't need rooted hair. One articulated body, 7 interchangeable arms, doesn't say hands, arms, 6 clothing accessories, 6 accessories, 1 metal support stand and base. I hate the way that they just gave up. Inart, as much as I do think overall they make better figures, they gave up on this innovation. Now magnets aren't innovation, but it was a step in the right direction. At least, like, people were doing magnets before. I think Caustic Plastic do magnetic bases. Hell, I got a custom from Poor Toys that has magnetic bases, but I mean, they should have stuck with the magnetic bases and just improved them. Forget about the tracks method. Just put a big round or square magnet or whatever underneath and just get it done right. Same with the hands as well. Like, if they're going to do the magnetic hands and stuff like that, just put on stronger magnets and get it done right. So the metal support rod, I'll be trying to, if I was to get this, I'd be trying to display them without the crotch grabber metal support stand. 1 rooted head sculpt display box. Negan Smith includes, alright, so they're listing, sorry, that's interesting. 1 rooted head sculpt display box. The tube, interesting. So that's not really an accessory, that's a part of the box really, isn't it? Negan Smith includes 1 sculpted head sculpt with articulated eyes, 1 fully articulated body, 7 interchangeable hands, 6 clothing accessories, 4 accessories, 1 metal support stand. Complete your survivor lineup. Relive the battles between Nick and Negan that defined a generation. Okay, that's a bit of an oversell now, let's be honest. It's not, I don't think Walking Dead is the greatest TV show ever or anything like that. I just think it had some great moments. It had some great moments, great episodes, great characters. Some of the storylines were repetitive. But like, look, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it for those first 6 seasons anyway, maybe the 7th, and after it's like, nah. Kind of like, it peaked when Negan arrived, and the season immediately after that when he was in control, I really enjoyed. I think this looks great. I'm seeing Andrew Lincoln there. I'm seeing him as Rick Grimes there. I think they've nailed the rooted hair as usual. I think the eyes are great. I can't remember if he has blue eyes. I just can't remember. But the likeness is there. I think the sculpted beard might need a little work. I'll tell you one thing. It's better than those Obi-Wan Kenobis that are out there. I've yet to see an Obi-Wan Kenobi with a beard that is particularly good. I think the beard and the stubble on this is quite good. And I think maybe they could do a little bit better on that, but there seem to be better. I think Hot Toys have the edge when it comes to sculpted hair. Not sculpted beards, but sculpted hair. But I think this here, the rooted hair is great. Actually, to be honest, that might be a bit harsh on Hot Toys. I think their sculpted beards on Obi-Wan Kenobis aren't great, but they have done better sculpted beards. I'm trying to think of one that was good, but I can't. Let me know in the comment section down below. So this has a great likeness to Andrew Lincoln, I think. I'm not sure as the forehead is a bit big. I can't quite fully put my finger on that. I think the likeness is better on the Andrew Lincoln or Rick Grimes than on the Negan. That's probably not the best angle of this. I think maybe they could dial in that likeness a little bit better, but maybe it's just the angle. Not sure. Does Rick's head does it look a little bit big? I'm not entirely sure. The gun looks huge. In fairness, the gun was huge. It was huge. It was a thing. It was just a huge gun. I think that comes from the comic. That looks incredible. And what I'm saying specifically is, it's just like, this is why one of the things I think when you have those Inart figures, the reason I'm saying I think they are better is because I think they look more lifelike. And I think part of the reason they do that is because they seem to get more custom bodies for their figures. Jeffrey Dean Morgan is a tall man. I believe he's 6'2". I just want to fact check myself. And he's quite a tall man. He's in good shape. He's a lean dude. I wouldn't say he's skinny, but he's lean. So Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Height. I think he's 6'2". Is he 6'2"? No, he's 6'1". He's 6'1". Okay, so he's quite tall man. He's quite lean. He's a slim build. I definitely think they've absolutely nailed the outfit here. I don't know, is that leather jacket? I can't remember if it said it in the description there, but that looks pretty good. I want to check, actually. I'm going to check that, since I'm putting this video out there. It did not mention anything about a leather jacket, okay? Surely to God it's leather. I don't know if it's leather. I can't confirm that. So you've got his kind of red scarf or cravat. You've got a very well fitted leather-esque jacket. I don't know if it's leather or not. I'm assuming it is, but I don't know for sure. You've got his kind of belts, the kind of brown one that hangs around on the top of his thighs there. You've got, is that a kind of a little sword or dagger he has there on his right hip, like a machete. And of course you have Lucille, the bat. And the likeness looks pretty damn good. I think the likeness in Andrew Lincoln or Rick Grimes is better. He comes with a machine gun there as well. That must be a little diorama base he comes with. That's a nice touch. Very cool. It's a nice, very natural looking pose as well. So they come with similar bases. He's got a road and he's got probably like a railing as part of the factory or something like that. I really wish these bases were magnetic because I want to pose them with the bases. And I don't want to use the crotch grabbers or stands that come with them. Yeah, I mean, in fairness, I remember he kind of wore the same outfit for a long time. I suppose it makes sense. It's like post-apocalyptic zombie type thing, and you can't be just getting new clothes the whole time. But plus, his outfit was really, really cool. And yeah, I mean, this is how I remember this character in my mind's eye. I think the head sculpt could be maybe a little bit better. Can't quite put my finger on about it. Like, I mean, I know who it is. There's no question. It's a strong sculpt. But I think maybe they could dial that in even more. I'm just used to kind of that realistic look of Inart that they tend to do so well. With the Rick, if I had to critique, and again I could be misremembering here, but I think the forehead maybe looks a little too wide, maybe a little bit too big. But the red, like, there's no question the likeness is there. It's a very strong head sculpt. The rooted hair looks incredible. I think they've done a good, like these photos now, these ones that are half lit. I love that. That looks great. That looks, see, this is the thing. This is what I love about Inart. They have that, it looks like a person. It does look like a person. Really like the look. The hair looks incredible. You got the seamless forearms there again. Good stuff. Comes with a knife. Again, that there's a machine gun as well. Tease of Daryl Dixon in the back. That looks incredible. That looks like a, you know, it just looks so realistic. It looks so lifelike. I mean, there's two things. I've always said there's two things that make a good sculpt. One, does it look like an actual person? And Hot Toys can do that too as well when they're on their A game. And B, or number two, like, does it look like the person is supposed to be? And this definitely looks lifelike, and it definitely looks like the person's supposed to be. I think the only critique I have, and again I could be misremembering, but is the shape of the head correct? It looks, the head maybe looks a little bit too wide. I think that's what it is. Maybe a little bit too wide, which making it look slightly too big. There's a lot of forehead there. Instead of a forehead, it's a bit of a five head. That looks incredible. Absolutely incredible. In fairness, like I'm so impressed by, like, you know, Hot Toys under A game is fantastic. Inart under A game is fantastic. I'm very impressed with this. Just the talent of these people to sculpt Andrew Lincoln's likeness. The talent of the people who like do this rooted hair and style it and make it look not only the same color and texture and kind of length and just the way it sits. The fact that you have that, like the separate rolling eyeballs function, or the moving articulated eyeballs. And the beard looks good. The beard looks good. It's just, I think maybe a little bit more detail wouldn't go on a straighter. I think it's like make the pieces of hair look a little bit finer. I think that's what it is. That's a bit funny. That looks great. That's one of the best shots. So this just shows his arse and shows the belt. And so what you have, on his left hip on the left of the screen would be, I think that's his axe. And on the right, you've got his revolver. And then you just got the belt and another little pouch and stuff like that. There's boots. So it comes with axe, the kind of holster or belt with all the different, or the holster for the axe and the holster, I don't call it a holster, for the axe and for the, for his gun, the revolver, the walkie-talkie. Doesn't come with much, but like, what else are you going to get? So these arms as well, I presume there's 4 sets. How many sets would be in? There's a set he has. I don't know if they doubled up here. So he has a set there, they're seamless. They're 4 arms and they're seamless. So we've got set on him. 2, 3. I'm actually going to read the description on that one. I really should. I want to read the description on that one. So it comes with, yeah, 7 interchangeable arms total. I'm just going to go back here. We're going to go talking about Negan as well. Then we're going to wrap up. Okay, so yeah, you got the base, which is non-magnetic. Interestingly there, it's non-magnetic, but I can't see... on there, they're not showing the little pole that you attach, you know, the crotch grabber, whatever you want to call it. You got the belt, you've got 7 arms in total, and they all have, they're seamless hands or seamless forearms. The only thing is you are limited to, like, the wrists don't articulate, so you're limited to certain poses with that. So they're all pre-posed, which is, yeah, that can have its own problems as well. I mean, you can still, I presume, bend the elbow, but you are, you're going to be a bit limited when it comes to like there's no wrist articulation. That's what I'm saying. You got 2 guns. You got the kind of machine gun or rifle, and you've got so it looks like an assault rifle and a gun, and then you got an axe, walkie-talkie, and a knife, and that tiny little thing I can't quite make out what this is. Is that his watch? I'm guessing it's his watch. Okay, right, so let's take a look at Negan then. You can just imagine him saying, little pig, little pig. That looks really good. No question who it is. It's weird seeing him without the red scarf though. That's the look that I'd want. That's the look that I remember. The red cravat or scarf and the jacket closed. He's just always kind of like a lean look. So you got the kind of knife he has there. Like the likeness is there, no question. Absolutely no question. He's got that smug look as well, because he was kind of like charming. He was. That's what was scary about him. Like he came across really intelligent, articulate, charming, but then he was absolutely ruthless and he had no empathy, and that's a scary character, but it makes for a very entertaining villain. That looks very lifelike. Yeah, I mean, like from certain angles, he absolutely nails it. That looks great. It's hard to put my finger on what is, like, I don't want to be looking and going, oh my god, it's off. I'm saying it's a really, really strong sculpt. But just, is it around the eyes or something? There's some sort of deadness in certain angles. Yeah, like there, like you can definitely see it's Negan, it's Jeffrey Dean Morgan. But there's something I can't quite put my finger on. I'm not sure if it's to do with the forehead or what, that maybe could be improved to give the likeness a little bit better. No question though, 2 great figures. How those gloves actually look like the Battle Damage T800 gloves. Okay, so zooming in on this, you've got the base. Again, there's no sign of this kind of, what you call it, what did I say, like a stand, a support stand or something. You got Lucille, the baseball bat. You've got a holster kind of like for this big knife. You've got just a normal pistol. You've got a scarf, a belt, and then a few different hands. So yeah, it's like, I'm not a diehard The Walking Dead fan. It's like, you know, I mean, it wouldn't feature in my top 3 TV shows of all time. Top 3, what would my top 3 TV shows of all time be? Breaking Bad is my favorite TV show of all time. Sopranos would be up there. And you know what? I'd nearly put in the English, the original Office. Ricky Gervais, just incredible. Absolutely loved it. I just can't watch it. I can't watch it and not laugh. So yeah, look, that's the end of the video. These two, I wouldn't rule them out. They're just really bloody good. They don't fall into the categories of triple threats for me. I mean, because did I love the source material? I really, really liked it. The good parts were great. So I'd say I really, really liked it. Thought it was excellent, but I didn't love it. Do I love the characters? I love Negan. Rick was cool too, but Negan was fantastic. And these versions, yeah, they're the versions in my mind's eye. That's what I see. I know people like the other kind of version of Rick, the murder jacket one or whatever, and that's fine and all. But I just think when I think of Rick, I do actually think of this version more. And yeah, it's not kind of, it doesn't have that kind of timeless quality for me or whatever. But they're pretty good. They're pretty good. And I'll have a think about it. I don't know, I may FOMO into this just yet. That's the end of the video. If you want to support the channel, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Let me know what you think of these guys. Do you have any interest in them? Did you like the show? Are you going to pick them up? Are you going to get both? Are you going to get one? Are you none? Do you think they're awful? And yeah, you can also follow me on Instagram. That's it. That's the end of the video. See you in the next one. Good luck.